Oh, Mr. President. Thank all of you for coming. This is another in a line of really good announcements for our people and for the initiatives that we have pursued and continue to pursue. Representative Roebuck, this is kind of up your alley too, so thank you for coming. And Tommy, thank you. We're announcing today, I'll let somebody else announce that in just a second. I'm going to introduce them. But basically, one of the things that I've consistently talked about is that the one area statistically in education that we still have a long way to go, and the one area education-wise that Arkansas still lags so far behind, is the per capita number of bachelor's degrees that our people possess. And as you know, I've challenged our higher education folks, and they've accepted the challenge very, very willingly to double the number of degrees that Arkansans possess. And that takes a whole lot of work, and there are a whole lot of things that that actually are barriers to completion of that goal, and obviously the completion of a course of study by any of our individuals in higher education. And I've identified periodically the two major ones being the financial barriers, lack of finance, the ability to be able to have enough money to finish school, and then lack of academic preparedness. Obviously, there are other factors, but those two are probably the two that are the most severe, the greatest, and certainly in the quantity of reasons why people don't finish college. And so we've tried to address, and the people actually tried to address the fiscal aspect of it, the financial barriers, by the lottery scholarships, which increased state funding from $120 million from $20 million to about $120 million a year in terms of revenues available in scholarship, state-supported scholarship money for higher education. And obviously the academic preparedness has been addressed, or else we wouldn't be ranked 6th in the nation overall in K through 12. Now, there are a lot of different categories in that 6th ranking, some of them farther down, some of them higher up, but the progress that Arkansas has made over the course of the last several years with regard to K through 12 is being evidenced in these the statistical rankings, as well as the standardized and national norm test scores that Arkansans and Arkansas students continue to perform extremely well with. Now, having said all that, if we're addressing those barriers, what else do we need to do? And that leads us to what we're here today to talk about. And that is, what else can we do to try to facilitate our students' opportunities to be able to finish their pursuit of higher education and get that degree. We all know statistically you make something in excess of $1 million more on average during your lifetime with a college degree than you do without a college degree. And with the changing job market and the ever increasing technological skills and other higher end skills that are needed in today's global economy, and to be competitive, our people have to be ever ready to meet these challenges through a higher and higher level of education. So having said all that, it is my pleasure to announce that Stan Jones of Complete College America, he's the president actually of Complete College America, is going to be here to tell you a little bit more about this. Stan?
Thank you, Governor, and I'd like to congratulate Arkansas and specifically Governor Beebe. And Governor, you've got a great team. The legislature, Representative Roebuck was extremely helpful with the legislation you passed last year, and Sean Broadway's leadership and the board's leadership. You've got a great team behind you, and we're just really impressed with what you're doing with higher education in this state. There were 33 states that applied. There were only 10 that won. We had an advisory committee of 10 people, and there were 3 states that were selected unanimously, and Arkansas was one of those 3 states. The money comes from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They gave us $10 million for 10 $1 million grants to 10 states. We are thrilled to do this. As I said, Arkansas is doing all the right things. You're really also in the kind of the vanguard of maybe 3 or 4 states in the country that are really leading this college completion challenge. And it has to do with things you've already done and things you're going to do. So for example, the legislation that you passed just this year when the governor talked about doubling the number of degrees in Arkansas by 2025, three critical parts, one moving to performance funding, where you pay not just for students to show up, but you actually start to pay for results and students to graduate. Number two, as part of that, across the country there's been what we call credit creep, where some programs are getting a longer and longer number of credits. You enacted credit caps of 120 credits for bachelor's programs and 60 for associate degree programs. And three is you started the path down really reforming remediation, which is really significant. This is really the first national competition among states in higher education, and so that's significant as well. Now, why is all this important? We're in the middle of the recession, and people are not buying houses or cars, but one thing they are buying is education. And we have double-digit increases in enrollment across this country and in Arkansas, and especially at the community colleges. And that represents people actually people with not a lot of money have taken some of the money they have and placed a bet on college education and taken some time from their family and their jobs to steer through this economic difficulty to a better path. And we have a responsibility to help those people succeed, and as the governor said, remove barriers. As a country, we've not been successful. The graduation rate, for example, if you start at a four-year institution, only about half the students graduate after not 4 years but 6 years. If you start at a two-year institution, only about a quarter of those graduate after 3 years. It takes far too long. A student going full-time can take 4 years to get a two-year degree at a community college, and can take 5 years to get a four-year degree at a regular four-year college. And remediation, which is the focus of this grant, is really difficult. Across the country, I could be anywhere, any state, and say that 60% of all new students going to community college start in remedial courses, and that would be true, except a few places where people have said, no, actually we have 70% that are starting. Including, and the governor talked about being better prepared, including 60% of students that leave high school go to a community college the very next year, start in remedial classes. And there's not evidence that these remedial classes are being successful. So the grant is kind of a laser focus on eliminating these barriers. One, to vocational students in high school, developing a pathway so they can get 1 year of college in high school and then go out and get the second year as an associate degree, and so in a shorter amount of time get their degree. Secondly, right now, reading and writing are taught as separate remedial classes, to integrate those to reading and writing, which saves time and actually makes sense. Third, we probably have a mismatch in the math that we have a lot of students taking that aren't STEM majors, and courses like statistics, especially in health and business, are probably better math courses than some of the advanced algebra that they've been taking. That will help them do better in their chosen profession. And finally, the preparation and remediation right now is serial. Some people can take as many as 3 remedial courses in a row. This is giving some students who are almost ready kind of just-in-time remediation, where they're taking regular college courses and getting their remediation simultaneously. All of this together will radically reform remediation in this state, hold up Arkansas as another national model for other states to look at. In closing, I want to say, in these times, $1 million is always important, but equally important is kind of the validation and recognition that Arkansas is on the right path and you're doing the right things. And we're just really pleased, Governor, to be part of this and to congratulate you and your state today. So thank you very much.
Complete College America, and we're going to kind of turn it into our own initiative, Representative Roebuck, Complete College Arkansas initiative, which encompasses many things. It encompasses a lot of initiatives. As we've said, there's not one single magic bullet solution to improving college student success in our state. But it's a number of initiatives working together in concert, dealing with and identifying issues and putting everyone at the table to come up with solutions. And that's exactly what we propose to do with this grant. We wanted it to go to all institutions, but we will have 9 institutions who will be participating as a part of this grant, and the ultimate goal is to take the work. A lot of this will be done with faculty-led panels who will be helping in the redesign of remediation, that the outcome of this grant over an 18-month period will then be taken out to all of our institutions. But let me thank those institutions that will be participating. ASU Beebe, Arkansas Northeastern, North Arkansas College, SAU Tech, ASU Jonesboro, Arkansas Tech, UALR, UAPB, and UCA. Each of these institutions will be an important part of moving forward with this grant. And so, needless to say, we're excited. Because of the governor's leadership and his vision, the work of everyone in this room, we're making a difference. We've come a long way in terms of higher education in the last 20 years. We know we have. We know we have a long way to go. And it's the collaboration of the institutions and all of our partners who are going to make a difference and create opportunity for all Arkansans. Thank you.